So, what is going on? All you wonderful, beautiful people out there in the world of YouTubes, people that may be watching this shared via link on Facebook, fill out the different throwing groups and whatnot. All my peeps in the Outlaw Throwing Nation and Fontaine clan peeps and family alike, welcome to another video installment of O.K.T. Films. Today, we're going to play around with something very interesting that Vadim Zveryanskiy brought to my attention. I in no way can take credit for this throw, but he tagged me in a link of a fellow thrower from Russia. His name is Vadim. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to dishonor him by butchering his last name. But I will share a link to the original video of where this throw was inspired from. Just give you a little rundown here. Okay, Chi throws with tomahawks, where you have full and 1.5 variants combined. Well, this is kind of like that, but it's applied to knife, and you have a half and full variants. And I thought this was so cool that you could do this with knives. I always knew you could do it. It was just working out the mechanics of how to do it. I played around with this a little bit in Indiana before we went to the World Championships and failed horribly. And then, you know, here we are a few months later, and Vadim Zveryanskiy tagged me in this post of Vadim doing this awesome-ass throw involving a full spin and a half spin. So I'll give you a rundown of the grip here. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be shaking hands with this one, but this thumb, probably should show you from this side, it'll be a better angle. This thumb, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing this knife pretty much well like that. Military grip on that with a thumb, and we're going to be shaking hands with this one. That's what it's going to look like. Now, doing this throw and figuring out the mechanics and getting it to where I can start sticking them, there's going to be at least a 6-inch to possibly a 1.5 foot spread between the knives. I'm having a little bit of difficulty trying to get a nice, consistent grouping off the double throw, but we'll film a couple of shots. And, yeah, so I'm going to shut up with the introduction. Let's just get right into the good old O.K.T. throwing goodness, shall we? So there's one. That had a ridiculous amount of spread on it. It's probably close to a good 2 feet of spread almost. Alright, we'll do a few more. We might try to do this with some doubles here in a minute. We'll see. That one was kind of sloppy, but seemed to have a little bit less of a spread between the two that time. Not much though. I'm going to switch it up just a little bit right quick and see if something here doesn't possibly work to tame the spread between the two knives. Well, we're still going to get spread regardless. We got the concept down, but it's going to be a whole lot of spread. could I do differently here, maybe? Alright, let's see what this does. Okay, they kind of gave us some decent results. Instead of just having my thumb on it, I kind of used my other fingers to try to slide, but that kind of reduced a little bit of the spread between the two. Let's try one backwards just for laughs and see what happens. Alright, so here we go. Let's try one backwards. This should be interesting to see how this turns out. What? Okay, well, you know, I wasn't really expecting to hit one. But, I wish I could find a way to tame this spread. I mean, this is a really cool throw. I just don't like the ridiculous amount of spread I'm getting between the two knives. That's my only issue here. I mean, that's like a ridiculous amount of spread. If I could just tame that, I would feel a lot more better about this. But let's do another one backwards, just for fun. Now that right there was a good one. Check this out. I don't know what I did, but that is like the best grouping consistency I've got out of one yet. And that was a backwards throw to beat it all. Sloppy stick there on that bottom one, but yeah. It's not too bad at all. We're starting to get somewhere here on taming the spread. It's the best one yet, as far as like having consistent stick pattern. Alright, now we try this with doubles. What's going to happen if we try this with doubles? Technically it would be a quad throw at this point, but let's see what happens doing this with 4 knives. And then I think that'll be enough for a video. We're going to try overhand first, and then we might, depending on how well this turns out, overhand, we might try a backwards. But so I want you to say if there is 4, in case we do hit this, which is highly unlikely, but we'll see what happens right here. Okay, yeah. Still a ridiculous amount of spread, but we hit a quad. And ironically, we scatter shot it into 2 different dots. That's in the left-hand section of the red dot. And we got that one in the right-hand section of the lower dot. So let's do a couple more of those just to get the feel of that, and then we'll try one backwards, and then we'll wrap up the video. Wow, now we're playing a game of levers here. That was a pretty ridiculous stick. Top throw both upward angle, and our bottom throw both downward angle, with like a good 1.5 to 2 foot of spread between both sticks. Alright, so I think I've played around enough with a quad here overhand to try this a couple of times for the backwards. So, that being said, I guess we'll go ahead and get into the next throw here, and then we'll wrap the video up. So let's try this with a backwards quad. This could probably be very disastrous and interesting. We'll see what happens. Second try. Only took me 2 tries to do it. This came out pretty clean too. I'm kind of digging this throw backwards. Alright, we'll do 2 more shots of the quad backwards, and then we're done with this video. I really wish I could tame that spread between the knives, but there's like no other way I can grip it to where it comes out right. That's the thing. Alright, let's set up for a next shot. Yeah, that one was okay, despite some different angled sticks. It's kind of a sketchy stick. Alright, one more, and then we're done. That right there is pretty damn clean. I don't know what I'm doing, but that right there, I believe, is like the best one we're going to get. And I found that, ironically, the only throws that I've done out of all these that didn't have a spread of like 1.5 to 2 feet between them was the backwards. I don't know why that is, but I mean, that right there is a pretty close, consistent quad. You seen that earlier in one of those previous segments that I threw one backwards, and we had a pretty close stick pattern, and on that one we had a pretty close stick pattern, and they were both done backwards. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I'm releasing it whenever I throw it while I'm standing backwards facing away from the target. I don't know, but this is something I'm definitely going to come back to and experiment around with and try to clean up some. But yeah, this right here is what's called Vadim spin, and like I said, this is something I didn't come up on my own. Inspired from a Russian thrower that Adam Seladin, brought to my attention. And all props and credit for this neat little trick throw goes to him. And like I said in the very beginning of the video, I'll add the link to his original video of him doing this neat little throw. But yeah, it's pretty cool little throw. And if you're a more veteran, expertise oriented thrower that understands how to do like different variants of rotation and conventional and slow spin, you guys should try this. I've been having quite a bit of fun out here just goofing around learning how to do this. I'd feel a lot better about this video if I'd done these on a target block, but for now this will work until we get some kind of target block or end grain to put on this backstop. But so you got a couple of doubles, involving half spin and full spin, and then you got some quads involving double, full, and double half. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Justin James, the Outlaw Knife Thrower. I will catch all you ladies and gents later on up the road in another video installment of the O.K.T. film series. Peace, have a good one, and catch y'all on the flip side. I'm out.